Hey, I just got off the phone with a guy by the name of Sheldon. No, really. How many guys do you know that's named Sheldon? Hey, what's his name? His name's Sheldon. It's an okay name, I guess. I wouldn't want to go through life with it, but I'm sure Sheldon's okay with it, huh? Did I ever tell you, people, that I used to be a college teacher? I used to teach at the university, and I used to teach business. And during my years of teaching, I'd talk about different business subjects, like different business cycles. Like the stock market, for instance. We used to get in pretty deep discussions on the stock market. Buying, selling, short selling, options, straddling. Do you know what straddling an option is? No, do you know what straddling a stock is? Huh? Or an option? That's where you buy long and you sell short at the same time. You can't lose. It's beautiful. The only way you can lose is if the stock doesn't do a damn thing. But if it goes up or goes down, baby, you've got it straddled. You've got it covered. We used to talk about a lot of neat things, like free riding, for instance. You know what free riding is? You probably don't, because most of you out there are not savvy in the business department. Free riding has nothing to do with your Harley Davidson. It really doesn't. Free riding, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, is when you buy a stock and you have no intention of paying for that stock because you don't have any money. So you buy the stock, and then within the 7 days that you're supposed to pay for the stock, you sell the stock. So you don't have to ever pay any money to buy the stock because you never had any money, and then when it goes up, you sell the stock. So you've covered your butt on it because you've done it within that 7-day grace period. The only problem is if you lose money, then you've got to cover it somehow. But there's a lot of interesting things that you can do. If you look at a stock, and you can look at it like a graph of a stock. You can graph a stock, and it has, some stocks, like I looked at a penny stock one time, Tuma Mining Company, and that fluctuated. Can you say fluctuated, boys and girls? That fluctuated between 5 and 8. Just like clockwork. 5, 6, down to 5 again, up to 7, down to 6, up to 8, all the way down to 5 again, then up to 7, down to 6, up to 8. And so all you had to do was buy low and sell high, and you made out like a bandit on that stock. That was one stock that I played with. Another stock I played with was a stock called Roma Mira Pharmaceutical Company. But there's a lot of stocks that you could do that to if you have any brains. And if you don't have any brains, boys and girls, then you can go see the wizard in Oz, and maybe he can give you some brains. Here, I've got a clue for you. He's not going to give you any brains. Because the Wizard of Oz, just like the Easter Bunny and the Good Tooth Fairy, are fake. Don't you get it? Santa Claus is fake. The Tooth Fairy's fake. Tinkerbell's fake. You know, Snowman that talks is fake. Don't you get it? You have to think in this world, boys and girls. Think. 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 But anyway, when I was a teacher in college, the very first thing that I would do when I go into my class in the morning, I had about, 28 students in the class. And the very first thing I'd do is I'd walk in, and I'd look at them, and I'd say, "Morning, losers!" And then the students would say, "Morning, teacher." And we'd kind of all have a little laugh, and then we'd get down to business. Well, I remember a couple times when there was a new student in class, and of course that student didn't realize that that's something that I did in the morning, just to kind of, start the day off with a smile and a little laugh, and get the morning going right. So I remember there's a new student in class a couple of different times, and I'd walk in, and of course they didn't know that I did this, and I'd walk in, look at the class, and say, "Morning, losers!" But you should have seen the surprised look on that student face. That when I did that, it was priceless. But we had a lot of fun. I mean, I'm a fun guy. You know that. You don't have to, look at me twice to know that I'm not fun. But anyway, I just thought that I'd tell you in case you didn't know. And then I thought that I'd remind you that that it's not too late to send your money in to me. So get the wad of money out of your pocket. Most of you carry a wad of money around with you that's half the size of a toilet roll. And all you have to do is get that roll of money out of your pocket and peel off 5 or 10 spot, maybe a 20 spot, and then send it to me, and I'll treat that money as if it was my own, and it really should be, if we commingle our funds, that's another thing that I taught in business class, concerning money. When you commingle fund, well, we can commingle our funds, boys and girls, and I'll be the manager of it. and so send the money. Don't be shy. Some of you might be shy and think, well, maybe Ron will think that I'm trying to influence him or suck up to him some way if I send him a 50 spot. Well, I'm not going to think anything of the such. Who talks like that, huh? I'm not going to think of anything of the such. I talk like that because I know what I'm talking about. That's why. I know there's some terms that come out of my mouth that you're not familiar with, but some of you are stupid. So anyway, don't feel bad. Don't think that I think anything that's wrong with you if you send me a 50 spot or maybe a $100 bill. In fact, I'm going to think just the opposite of what you think I'm going to think. I'm going to think you're a nice person. I really am. And everything that people say about you is not true, And I'm going to tell them you're a nice person. But if you don't send me the money, I can't say that, can I, boys and girls, huh? I want to say it. So get out your money. Put it in an envelope or, fax it to me, send it to my bank, and let's get the year off with with a big bang, The only big bang I want is the It is unrolling and unrattling your money. You know, I get a charge out of it, seeing how much money that you send me. And it's, you know, I put all the 20s together and all the 10s and 5s together. And it's just like Halloween when I was a little boy. When I got a great big sack of candy, I'd get home, and I'd put all the candy bars together on the floor. I'd sit down on the floor, put all the candy bars together and all the suckers, you know, and all the M&Ms, and I had little piles of candy, and it was fun for me to see how many suckers I got. and I'm not saying you're a sucker. No, I'm not saying you're a sucker. I'm not saying that. But it was fun for me, and it's super fun for me in my older age. It's really fun for me to get out the money, you know, and count the fives, and sometimes somebody, you know, will throw a $2 bill in there, and I appreciate it. I really do. But anyway, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen of all ages, I hope you have a good day. And I hope that you can get something out of this lesson that I've presented to you today. And that you can go on during the day today and think, you know, should I go through the yellow light, or, you know, ram the old pedal down to the metal? Should I go through the yellow light, or should I slow down and stop? Well, the answer is clear. Stop! Slow down! But at the same time, you got to worry about the guy behind you, how close he's tailgating you. Because if you stop too sudden, you'll get creamed by him. But on the other hand, you don't want to go through the intersection because they're going a lot faster than the guy that's behind you, that's right up your butt. So if you're going to get creamed by somebody, you'd rather get creamed by the asshole behind you than somebody going in the intersection that's going 35 miles an hour. Think, boys and girls! Think! Think! What on earth's wrong with you? Get a grip!